Hello and welcome back to a chapter a day, Thursday, March the 4th, and we will be reading Leviticus chapter 3. Again, we are talking about God's instructions to the children of Israel through Moses, of course, about now how to give their offerings and how they are supposed to prepare the offerings. Like flour mingled with oil, and the meat should be salted, and they should be giving the best of the types of animals, not anything with blemishes. So we are going to move on. Now, it does not say exactly what type of offerings these are, but I guess it's just offerings. If you want to bring your offerings before the Lord, these are the ways in which you should do them. The fruits should not be burnt if you bring fruits, because everyone may not be able to bring the same type of offering. Just like today, everyone can't give the same amount of tithe or offering, and that really is between you and God. But here they were more specific as to the type of offerings that God required. Okay, so chapter 3 of Leviticus. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. So what it's saying here, this here is specific. It's a peace offering. Chapter 2 talked about a meat offering. So I guess Moses would have told them for what instances they were supposed to offer what type of sacrifice. So this one is peace offering, and of course it may be an animal, whatever, from the herd, male or female, has to be without blemish. To lay his hand, or I guess it's only the men that did these offerings and sacrifices on behalf of themselves, and I believe on behalf of their families too. And after they lay their hand on it, they were the ones to kill it. So like they're transferring whatever the sin is onto the animal's head. And then Aaron and his sons, who were the priests, will take the blood of the animal and sprinkle it on the altar. And then specific parts of the animal were supposed to be removed. It sounds more like what we call the innards. Those were supposed to be taken out. Verse 5. And Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then he shall offer it before the Lord. So here Aaron and his sons were to burn the sacrifice after the blood was sprinkled and the inwards removed. They were to put it on the fire. It was a sweet savor. And like I said yesterday, anyone who has cooked meat, especially if you take it outside and barbecue it, even before you put that sauce in it, it has a sweet smell. And if the offering be of the flock, male or female, again, it must be without blemish. And offer a lamb for his offering, it shall be offered before the Lord. Okay, so nothing that has blemish, male or female, and the person out doing the offering put their hand on the head of the animal, kill it, remove the inwards, and then Aaron and his sons would sprinkle the blood, and then it would be put on the altar for burning. And he shall, verse 8, he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's son shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat thereof and the whole rump, it shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. And the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. Again, this is just a reiteration of what was previously said about what should be taken off and how the offering should be done. Verse 11, and the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering, made by fire unto the Lord. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of it, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. Again, another reiteration as to what is to be done after the animal, goat or sheep, is the innards removed, the blood sprinkled. Then Aaron and his sons will put it on the altar, and right. A lot of reiteration. I'm not sure if it's just a KJV, because that's the only version I've ever read. I'm so serious. All my life, I've never read another version of the Bible, because I always think they change things that does not keep the original meaning, and that condensation tends to make it less credible to me personally. Okay, so now verse 14. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering, made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that you eat neither fat nor blood. And I think today that's the same way the Jews, physical Jews, still do. They do not eat the fat nor the blood. And as Christians following the health laws, I mean, you don't even have to be a Christian. If you read the book, the Bible, some people read the Bible and they have no religious affiliation. They just want to know what it says. And they come upon these instructions and they decide, you know what? God is great. From what I've heard and what I'm reading, this is, you know, some people come to accept God just from reading his word. Nobody has to come to them to tell them anything. They read for themselves. So they read that, you know, the fat is the Lord's, the blood is the Lord's. You don't eat that. And I know some people make blood sausages. Heaven help me. First time I ever heard that that's how they made those sausages. Where I'm from, the Caribbean, they make a lot of, they used to, I don't know if they still do. And they would sell it with bread. And, you know, when my sister told me how it was made, but they drained the blood of the animal, and usually was a pig to start with, which by itself is an unclean animal for eating. It just was not appealing to me, and I never ate blood sausages, and today is the same. The fat of the animal, I never liked fat either. If I bought a piece of beef and it had too much fat, I cut it away. I still do. Even chicken, any chicken or beef. I don't see fat on fish, but I'm sure it's there. If it's cooking and I see the fat come up to the surface, I scrape it off, because I don't like fat personally. But they said that is what you were supposed to offer to God. So you don't eat the blood, and the fat, you give it to God. So either which way, I don't eat either of them anyway, even now. And all the inwards, like the kidneys and the liver and all that stuff that people seem to save to do things with, that was supposed to be thrown out. So, and then the animal, after it has been cleaned out, then it was going to be offered to God on the altar. And that's the end of chapter 3. Not very long, and just straight off to the point as to what God required. So once again, thank you all for viewing, listening. Again, feel free to throw out any comments or thoughts that you may have. And until our next reading, remember, faith comes by hearing God's word. So have a great day. Bye.